Hey friends, welcome back to Homestead on a Prayer. So something really exciting happened today, and that is that this came in the mail. This is my first seed order of 2023, just got delivered today. So I'm really excited to just open this up with you guys and show you everything that I got. Now I do have a few more seed orders on the way. This is not the only one, and I also have some older seeds that I've saved that I'll be using this year as well. So this is not even going to be close to the total seeds that I'll be growing in my garden, but this is a great start. This is probably about half of the new seeds that I've ordered for this year. So I was originally thinking of waiting till all my seed orders came in and doing one seed haul video showing you everything at once. Realistically, I can't just let this sit here and not open it. So we're gonna go ahead and open this today, and I'm going to do a part 2 to this video in whenever my other seeds come in, maybe a week or so. I'll probably combine all those into one video because they're a little bit smaller orders. So the order that I got today is from Fedco Seeds. If you watched my video about shopping for seeds the other day, then you saw that this is one of the companies that I order from every year. I like them because they're fairly local to me. Their growing conditions are similar to mine, so I know that the seeds they offer are seeds that are likely to do well in my area. Now, again, I went into a lot more detail in that video, so I'm not just going to rehash all that again. Don't feel limited to only seed companies that are in your area, but if you're not sure where to start, that's a great place to start. So let's go ahead and jump right into the seed haul here. So I'm assuming these aren't in any order unless the company put them in any kind of order. I'm just opening them for the first time right now. So we'll just open these as we see them. So first of all, I ordered a summer lettuce blend. This is one of my favorite things to grow because lettuce is notoriously pretty difficult to grow well in the summer. It tends to bolt when it gets really hot out. So these varieties in this mix will be a little bit more resistant to bolting. So I buy this packet every year. Now, kind of in the same vein, I also got a winter lettuce mix. Now, these are varieties that will withstand the cold a little bit more, and those will be good to grow towards the end of the growing season and into the winter a little bit, so I like to get those as well. I got the Anaheim hot pepper. Now, I know this is called a hot pepper. I've never actually grown this one before, but from what I've heard, it's actually pretty mild for a hot pepper. So I'm hoping... I tend to have a little bit of trouble growing bell peppers really successfully, so I'm trying out some other sweet-ish pepper types to kind of hopefully be a supplement to my bell peppers. So because I've heard that these are not all that hot, this is one that I'm trialing for that purpose. If you've grown the Anaheim pepper before, let me know how you like it and let me know how hot it is. Is it something that could almost pass for a bell pepper, or is it noticeably spicy? I haven't grown it, so I don't really know about that. Next, I got the Weaver's Black Brandywine tomato. Now, the classic pink brandywine is one of my favorite tomatoes. I do grow that most years. That was actually missing from my garden last year, so I will make sure to grow it this year. But I've never tried the black version of brandywine. I'm really excited to try that because I do tend to like some of those darker, smokier tomatoes like Cherokee Purple and some of those other black and purple tomatoes. So I'm excited to try the black brandywine for the first time this year. I also got some sacred basil, which is sometimes also called holy basil. Sometimes you'll see it called tulsi. This is a great herb to include in your garden. It's great for attracting pollinators. It is great to harvest the leaves to make tea. That's going to be my main purpose for it, is to harvest for tea. So I just needed to restock that. Borage is another great herb to grow. I grow this primarily because it attracts pollinators. I also like that it has true blue flowers. You know, a lot of flowers that are called blue are really kind of purplish. These flowers are actually blue. So I really like to grow those because it's just not something that you find that much. The bees really love it. These are also edible flowers, so they're great to kind of garnish a salad with. I got bouquet dill. Now, admittedly, dill's another one that I kind of struggle with. It seems to not produce a lot of foliage and then go to seed really easily. So for the most part, I grow this for the seed heads to make pickles with. If you have any secrets to growing dill to actually get abundant foliage, let me know that because I'm curious about that. But either way, I got some dill seeds, so these will be, even if we're not able to grow for a lot of foliage, those will be great for pickles. Next, I got the Benaries, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, giant wine zinnia. I like to grow a variety of zinnias every year just because they're great companion plants for the garden. They're beautiful, they're cheerful, they attract pollinators. They're just a great companion plant for your vegetables. And this wine was a really nice kind of deep, rich, reddish purple color. It looked really pretty, so I'm excited to try that one. I have grown some of the I don't know if you say it Benaries or Benaries. I have grown some of those before, but I have not specifically grown the wine color, so I'm excited to see that. All right, so here's our next little packet of seeds here. First, we have the Super Sugar Snap pea. This pea is so good. As I mentioned in a recent video, I have tried a big variety of snap peas, and the Super Sugar Snap and just the traditional Sugar Snap are by far the best varieties that I've grown. They're the sweetest, most dependable, most delicious. So this year, I'm not trying anything new. I'm just kind of sticking with my tried and true favorites. So here is the Super Sugar Snap pea. Also, the Silver Slicer. This is a beautiful white cucumber. I grew this one for the first time last year, and I was really wowed by it. It was good, it was sweet, it was delicious, it was beautiful, it produced really well. So I am definitely growing that again this year, so I'm really excited. So I'm really excited to restock these seeds and just make sure I have this in my garden again next year. Or this year, I guess. It is 2023 now. Next, I got white bush Lebanese squash. Now, this is kind of similar to a zucchini. It's, I think, considered a kusa, like a Lebanese or Middle Eastern squash. I usually grow a traditional zucchini of some type, and I also like to grow this type of squash sometimes. I find that it's a little more interesting than a zucchini. I think it has a little bit more of a flavor. People describe it as nuttier. I'm not sure if I really get the nut flavor or not, but either way, it is a squash that I like. As I said, similar to zucchini. And this is an open pollinated variety. I have tried a couple hybrids of the white zucchinis before, but I have not tried an open pollinated one, so I'm curious to give this one a try. So next we have the French breakfast radish. I'm honestly not a huge radish fan. They are pretty good if you roast them though. They kind of lose that radishy bite and taste a little bit more like potatoes. So that's how I'm planning to cook these. Now, the main reason I'm growing these, they are really beautiful. I'm also growing them because they're really quick to mature and they grow really well in cool weather. So this will probably be one of the first crops that we harvest from the garden. So I'm planning to plant these out. So see, it says here, 26 days to maturity. Now that's of course assuming ideal growing conditions, so it will most likely be a little bit longer than that, but that is still really quick, just to stick seeds in the ground and then be able to harvest a month later. So that's a really quick turnaround time. Another reason that radishes are great to grow is because they're so small, they don't take up a lot of space, so you can kind of stick them in between other plants, especially if you have larger plants, or if you have plants that will eventually be larger and take up a lot of space. But when you first plant them, of course, they're small. You can kind of interplant radishes to make the most of that space. And by the time those plants are really big and shading out that space, you'll have harvested the radishes. So it's just really a great use of space, especially when you have a small growing area like I do. It's important to make the best use of space possible. So my next seed is the Patterson onion. I am once again trying onions this year, despite many years with no success with onions. Eventually we will figure this out. So I am trying the Patterson onion again. Now this is, I believe, a yellow onion. It's supposed to be, I think, a medium-sized onion. It's supposed to be an excellent storage onion, which is the main reason why I chose this variety. If I'm actually able to get a decent harvest, I want to be able to store them as long as possible. So we'll be trying this one. All right, let's see what else we've got in here. All right, now I got the mega pack of peas. This is 8 ounces of Sugar Snap pea. So this is the original Sugar Snap, the smaller packet that I had with Super Sugar Snap. I wanted to grow some of both. The Super Sugar Snap, I believe, is slightly more disease resistant, and let's see. It's a couple days earlier, not that big of a difference. The Super Sugar Snap takes 66 days to mature, and the original Sugar Snap takes 68 days to mature. So those 2 days don't really make a big difference, but what they have said in the seed catalog is that the Sugar Snap, the original Sugar Snap, has a higher yield overall, while the Super Sugar Snap is more concentrated. It yields more all at once. So I kind of wanted to have both of those for the purpose of extending my growing season, or extending my harvest season, I should say. So the reason I got such a big packet of these is because I'm planning to also grow some of these in my fall garden, and I did not want to have to place another order. So in reality, this is probably going to be way more than I need, and I will probably end up saving about half of these for next year as well. But pea seeds are good for several years as long as you store them correctly, so there's nothing wrong with getting a little bit extra. Okay, so just a little bit more in here. Let's see. So here I have purple potted pole beans. So I always like to grow a purple bean in addition to a couple green varieties that I like to grow. I have tried this one in the past and I liked it, so I'm just going to be growing that one again. So that is the first of my seed orders. I have 3 more smaller seed orders coming. So as I said, I'll do another, like kind of a part 2 to this video, and we'll probably go over all 3 of those seed orders together. And once we get closer to actually starting seeds, I'll go through and show you guys some more of what I'll actually be growing this year, because as I said, I do have some seeds left from previous years that I'll be using as well. So this is just kind of a little sneak peek of the growing season ahead of us. I hope that you enjoyed hanging out with me and opening up my seed shipment together. I know when my seeds start coming in the mail, I get really excited for spring, and I definitely can't wait for the garden season. And I'm sure that a lot of you guys feel the same way as well. So go ahead and leave a comment and let me know some varieties that you're really excited to grow this year, whether it's something you're excited to try for the first time or it's a go-to that you grow every year. Either way, I'm excited to see what you guys are going to be growing in your garden this year. So I can't wait to see you guys again soon for part 2 of the seed haul video. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.